So today we're going to learn about object-oriented programming. This is a quick review. I heard a lot of you guys had a bunch of questions in regards to it, so I wanted to make a three-part video. First part is just like a quick review on, or what we're going to learn is to set a class, create reader and writer attributes, and create action methods. Then next video it's going to be about using hashes and arrays. And third one will be about pry. Oh, and also, if we get to it, initializing, there you go. Initialize method. Okay, awesome. So if we see here in our notes, we have a restaurant. We want to store information. Let's say we want to create an app that stores the information of restaurants. And now we have here this hash. We want to know the name, cuisine, and when it started, its establishment. So we keep and say years, how long it's been here. Now we don't want to create a hash or separate methods for each time, because what will happen is if you change one method, that means you have to go to the millions of data and information that you have to change each of those methods as well. And that gets quite annoying and tedious. That's why we have classes. So for this one, we're going to create a class, and it's going to be called restaurant. Here we go. If I start misspelling, my apologies. Now, if you notice, this is capitalized. That's the reason why case sensitivity is very important with Ruby. You always capitalize for a class. We're going to indent here, and we're going to create a writer and reader method for each one. So for instance, we're going to create a writer method, you write define and then name equal, then you put name here, and then here you put here at name equals name. So let me explain what this means. This is saying here that you want the user to input information. So that is what this means. Attribute writer. Attribute reader, though, or reader method, is define name, and then you put here the at name. This is saying the computer is, or actually you want the user to read the information, not change the information. Now if you have both, that means you want the user to input information or change the information, as well as read the information. So we're going to do that for both, for all of them. We'll have at cuisine, sorry about that, define cuisine, and at cuisine equals cuisine. You notice I forgot to put equal sign and cuisine right here. And we'll do that here, define cuisine and at cuisine. Let's see. Alright, awesome. If you also notice here, the at sign here, sign with the variable, is an instance variable. Instance variables means you can use this variable in any method within the class. Cool, right? So you don't have to, after you're done with doing this with the parentheses equal sign and then you equal it to a variable, you don't have to put arguments anymore. You could use anywhere, which is also another reason why I really like classes. And then we're going to also put year. And actually, no, what we'll do, we'll actually delete that for now so we can save time. All right, now we have created our writer methods and our reader methods. So let's test it out. Usually what you'd do is you'd use pry, but I'm going to create another video on how to use pry so it's not as confusing. Now we're going to here have puts, and actually we're going to say user 1, or restaurant 1, I should say restaurant 1 equals restaurant dot new, and then we'll say restaurant 1 dot name equals Subway, and then we will say restaurant 1 dot cuisine equals sandwich shop. Okay, and know what we'll say puts restaurant dot name puts restaurant dot cuisine. Okay. And we'll say even, or make sure you put the actual variable here, puts restaurant 1. Alright, so let's see what happens here. So we are going to say Ruby class RB. So if you notice here, the first one was puts restaurant 1. If you notice this, like it says restaurant with all these numbers here, this is saying that it has created an object, meaning it has created a specific object for that specific variable, restaurant 1. And then if you notice, we already incorporated name equal is the same thing as this here. Cuisine equal is the same thing as this. So we had used 2 writer methods to enter in Subway and Sandwich Shop. And then if you see here, we used our 2 reader methods to read the information, Subway and Sandwich Shop. Right, so what I'm going to do now is pause the video here, and the next video we'll have is going to talk about action methods and initializing methods.